And happy Saturday, Connect family. Thank you for joining us on the Connect Network TV on the CW. I am your host, Terry Hauser. I'm here with my beautiful, amazing co-hosts, Ellie and Aquania, and we are continuing Women's History Month, and there is so much to celebrate. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Looking lovely as always. What I love about this show is that we always take the time to celebrate each other as women and as entrepreneurs. And that's just so beautiful.
Yes, and especially the work to help other entrepreneurs. So for Women's History Month, I want to know what's new with your business, what's going on with your life, ladies.
Honey, listen, so many things. As you guys know, I'm preparing to take a maternity leave as a business owner, which is new and exciting. I cannot wait to welcome baby number 5, but it's also given me such a deep appreciation for the fact that I have my own business, because I remember having a traditional 9 to 5 and going and having a child, and you get 6 weeks, if that. And, just knowing that I can plan for more time away is truly such a blessing that only comes by having the freedom of having your own business.
Now, you said the word right there. One thing I always preach is that wealth is freedom. We talk about finances and investing, but at the end of the day, especially as women, and if whether you're a mother or not, being able to chaperone trips, go to parent-teacher conferences. Like, listen, ladies, don't miss one more ball game. Don't miss one more dance recital. It's the freedom to be able to say, I want to go do this and not have to ask for PTO. And so I co-sign that 100%. And for me this year, I'm really focusing on community. So we launched our Patreon Wealth Warrior community, and this is like our inner circle. Yes, I'm so excited. And so it's kind of an inner circle of like-minded leaders that kind of build wealth together. And we have monthly live Q&A, monthly workshops, and we have community goals. And so everybody is kind of encouraging each other, supporting each other, that deep dive, and just building connection with the people that we serve. So I love it. I'm excited about our Patreon.
Ooh, and me. Oh, where do I start? I am right now excited about investing in my 5th hotel, but this time as the general partner who found the deal, found the investors, and is guaranteeing the multi-million-dollar loan. So it's a little crazy, but we raised millions to close on this deal, and I'm super excited. We are literally weeks away from the closing table, and we will have a hotel in Lake Charles, Louisiana very soon.
That is so exciting.
So like we said, this month is all about showing support for women, and today we want to show support for a special woman, founder and author and public speaker, Connie Aileen. So Connie Aileen has been showing support and care for her community even before becoming an entrepreneur. Now she helps those battling with type 1 diabetes through her Kendall Lucky Foundation with books and community work. So we love women that are giving back, building a brand, building a legacy while supporting the community that they serve.
Yes, I totally agree, Terry. I'm really excited to speak with Connie and hear more about her foundation. In 2021, diabetes was the 8th leading cause of death. Around 29.7 million Americans have it, and about 350,000 are under age 20. I mean, like young. So I'm definitely eager to get more information from such an inspirational entrepreneur.
Speaking of health and wellness and diabetes, let's get into these steamy hot topics. Did you ladies hear about Oprah parting ways with Weight Watchers? And how apparently Oprah revealed that she uses weight loss medication about the last year. And the 70-year-old billionaire had the largest shares in the company since joining in 2015. And she has now parted ways by leaving the board of directors and will not be participating in re-election. What do you think about this? After almost a decade of working with them, do you think this was the right decision?
Look at me, Ellie's face. You know what? It just goes to show you that, it does not matter how much you build a brand for somebody else, how much you endorse and support, they will cut you. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it like that, because if she has the majority of the time lost all of her weight using that and then needed a little bit of help at the end, to be honest, that may be what women's journey looks like. That may be more like what some people need, the additional support. So I can see the pros on both sides, but that's a big name to let go.
No, really. And I would love to know, because from my understanding, it seemed like she took the decision to leave because of the fact that she credited a lot of her weight loss recently to the medication. I think it's called Ozempic. And so what I kind of thought was interesting is it really felt like brand hopping to me. And I feel like you have to have, even if something new and great comes out, you got to have some loyalty to where you've been for the last 9, almost 10 years. Even if you talk about another great product, it doesn't mean that you just leave the one you've been at. And I would be shocked, but not too surprised if she all of a sudden puts some money behind Ozempic.
Weight Watchers alone was not her ideal solution, but I don't know if they probably pushed her too, because maybe they felt like, if you're not 100% losing weight because of us, then you got to go. Like, those are the things we just don't know. And Oprah's never really going to talk about it because, as we have seen with other hot topics this year, he is like, mum's the word if it's negative about Oprah. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I agree with the brand hopping. It is strange. But I also, she moves in very mysterious ways. And this might be just another way to bow out gracefully, when the truth is a lot of us struggle with weight loss and we need more than one thing to keep the weight off.
Really, speaking of parting ways, right, along this same subject line, you guys remember Don Lemon parted or was let go of by CNN after nearly 2 decades, y'all, of hosting prime time. This happened last year, April, when he tweeted his feelings about the abrupt decision. Well, recently, the Wrap reported that Don Lemon is set to receive a separation agreement from CNN worth $24.5 million. Okay. This amount is accumulation of what he had when he finished his contract. But so far, CNN has yet to confirm or deny this. So how do you guys feel about him possibly getting a very big bag?
Better get that money. He deserves it. You're not about to fire us and then get away with it. Like, you gonna come off that money. And I feel like he did what most people don't have the resources to do. He hired counsel and was like, I'm not about to just be fired from my job. Kudos to him. Go spend the bag, work again. Don't. It's totally up to you.
Listen, absolutely, but we're not done yet. So the last hot topic of the day is the not so lucky right now actor Terrence Howard. So guys, Howard reportedly has been sued by the IRS by the Justice Department for $578,000 in income taxes between the years of 2010 and 2019. So according to multiple news outlets, the court documents had a voice recording of the Empire star complaining about taxes, stating that it is immoral for the United States of America to charge taxes to descendants of slaves. So listen, from the looks of the $1 million judgment, the judge was not having it. They did not agree. So guys, what are your thoughts about this judgment, the taxes, and what Terrence had to say?
It is sad. I mean, I'm going to say this. Don't go up against the IRS because I'm sorry, but they always win. That's one battle I am not about to pick or start. And, I understand his beliefs on that, but this is the country that you live and work and operate in, and everybody has to pay taxes. It just is what it is. Get a better CPA. That's all.
Get a better CPA. Okay, that is a t-shirt.
Listen, I couldn't agree with you more, Ellie. And the sad part is now he's going to pay twice as much money back to the IRS, because not only is he prolonging the payback, but he should have paid it in the first place. I would have rather paid $500,000 than $1 million.
The big facts. And so, guys, do not go far, Connect fam. When we come back, we will be sitting with visionary entrepreneur, author, educator, and public speaker Kanye Aileen. So hear the inspirational story of behind how and why she started the Kindle Wiki Foundation. So this is going to be a very educational and inspirational episode. And then later, we have entertainment contributor Miss London Knight in here with some celebrity news. So stay tuned. 95% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. It is sad. And one of the number one reasons is because of the lack of capital. Hi winners, my name is Terry Kauser and I'm a credit expert and I specialize in helping entrepreneurs and investors leverage their personal and business credit to get $100,000 and more in funding super fast. I can't wait to share with you on The Connect
Give me
Show.
that faith, give me that fashion, give me 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 that faith, give me that fashion. Welcome to the house of faith and fashion.
I'm Jessica Cherry, founder of the award-winning blog Life of a Cherry Wife. If you're looking to follow for mom and lifestyle content, fashion, Latina life, and good vibes, this is the place for you. Head over to www.lifeofacherrywife.com for the latest in these areas. Follow me on social at Life of a Cherry Wife.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to the Connect Network TV on the CW. Right now we are being joined by founder and entrepreneur, advocate, author, educator, and public speaker, Connie Eileen. Hi, Connie. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Looking lovely and beautiful. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Well, it is Women's History Month, and we want to give you your flowers, Connie, for the work that you've done to really help communities. Even before starting your own foundation, you were an educator for a very vulnerable population. Can you tell us a little bit more about that first?
Sure. So I started my correctional journey back in 2000. So I was a prison health services administrator for almost 2 decades. So I had been working to help the incarcerated population, and then kind of transitioned into the founder of the Civilian Corrections Academy, where we provide training to non-uniform staff who go to work in the correctional environment. I'm also a criminal justice professor. So it's very interesting, adjunct, but I was just honored by the school for their Women in Movement and in Excellence event. So that was just amazing, just to see that even as an adjunct criminal justice professor, bringing real world experience into the classroom, that I can also still be recognized for that work in the space. And then came the Kendall White Foundation. I love that. Let's learn a little bit more. You offer a very unique approach to supporting your clients. Can you tell us a little bit more about what programs and resources you have at the foundation that help you stand out? Sure. So the foundation is called Kendall White Foundation. It's Rising Above Diabetes. Essentially, we have 38.4 million Americans living with diabetes. And of that, 304,000 are children and adolescents. So the reason why we came about in general was just that I am a mom of a type 1 diabetic. My daughter was diagnosed at age 9, and we've been on this journey of how do we get her the support? How do I get support as a caregiver? And then thankfully, I had the wherewithal to be able to advocate for her. But what about those individuals who are unable to do that? And so based on our experiences as we're navigating this world of diabetes for the last 4 years now, it is setting up programs that kids will actually engage in. So we have one program called the EAT program, and it is enriched awareness of type 1. And what we do is partner with nutritionists and with chefs to get them healthy foods that taste good. The other initiative, which is going to be our flagship event, we're hosting in August. So we're super excited, but it's called Field of Dreams. So we have a ton of educational workshops and material that we've developed and that we're going to be rolling out to those families that are in need. And we've got a few other initiatives, but I know our time is limited, so I'm not going to run my mouth too long. But I'm excited about this journey. I think there's so much to be done for this community, you know, even if it's just a matter of us doing our part to educate,
and help to bridge that gap of health equity. We know that African Americans don't have the best outcomes as it relates to diabetes care. And we also don't always have access to the education that we need. So the foundation is serving to sort of fill that gap.
Absolutely. I mean, I really admire the work you're doing, because when you said health equity, I'm like, yes, that is it. You know, we think about economic, right, equality, but health is so important. So I would love for you to talk more about diabetes in general. It became an epidemic in 1994. Do you think there is enough awareness surrounding this epidemic? And what have you been most surprised to learn about diabetes during your studies?
Well, so here's the thing. I think diabetes has been around for a long time, right? I think our reality is that there are a number of great organizations out there trying to make a difference. There's tons of research happening. We hear about all the different developments, all the treatments that are out there. So there's this stuff happening. I just think that with the large number of individuals who are impacted by diabetes, I don't know that we have enough resources out there to truly impact the disease in a manner that it no longer is an epidemic, right? Like I from my experience, I've had the ability to engage with a number of organizations. And sometimes, yes, I think education is a big part of it, right? Because people think, I know how to take care of myself, right? I know what to eat, right? But they're not recognizing these spikes in their blood sugar and the impact that has long term. You know, a lot of times we talk about like, so what does it look like if we provide treatment in this area versus that area, right? Like a lot of the clinical trials, all the stuff, right? There's a lot of movement, I think, surrounding diabetes and diabetes management and education. However, I don't know that we're always able to impact the communities where we see the most significant, I guess, prevalence of diabetes.
That's very interesting. And I'm just curious because I feel like diabetes disproportionately affects the Black community. And I would love to know why. Have you looked into this? Is this a part of your education in the program?
So yeah, we're actually still discovering all the whys, right? I think there's always a why, right? I think sometimes it's a funding issue, depending on which institutions are located in your area that you may have access to. The level of treatment or care they have available may not be the best, right? And I'm not going to say that across the board, but I'm just going to say that funding is definitely a challenge in some communities where, you know, they've got like a clinic, right? Like they've got maybe one treatment center and their catchment area is this big, right? Like I think there's so many moving parts as it relates to that. I think also too, when you think about coverage, like, you know, there's been some good developments in Medicaid expansion and all other types of medical coverage. But like, if you can't afford to pay for insulin, if you can't afford an insulin pump or a continuous glucose monitoring device, right? There's not really, you're still back to the manual process, right? And so in our community, there are times where we don't have the information translated in a way that's culturally competent, right? In a way that we can receive it. And we got to get out of this, I just got a little sugar, right? You don't just have a little sugar. We have to be able to articulate what diabetes is in the language that we know the care providers are going to understand in case they're not culturally competent. To know that you talking about you got a little sugar means you're diabetic and you're probably not managing it well.
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have, but how can we get involved to support the cause? What is the best way to connect with you?
For sure. So I can be reached at info@risingaboveddiabetes.org. We are on Facebook, the Kendall White Foundation. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok. We're kind of everywhere trying to get the word out, trying to spread the news, trying to educate. And now we're in the process of connecting to some really great organizations to really help us amplify our voice.
You know what? Thank you so much, Connie, for all the work that you do. I absolutely love earlier you said you became an advocate for your child and then you saw a void and filled that with your foundation. So just thank you for everything you are doing. And do not move DMV, because coming up after the break, we have London Nighting with entertainment news you do not want to miss out. See you soon.
All right, are you ready to bring your brand to television? Listen, it is possible, and it's possible without pitching to all of the different networks across the country, across the world, and begging for a seat at their table. Listen, come check us out on The Connect Show. We broadcast on the CW network every single week, reaching more than 2 million households. And what we do is help you build and promote and market your brand in front of an audience that actually has a pocketbook. They actually want to spend money and better themselves, better their strategies, their systems. We focus on women in business and female entrepreneurs. So if you are building a brand that you know has the potential to be so much bigger, or if you're prepared and ready to scale, join us today. You can register to be a guest at theconnectonline.com.
Your favorite entertainer, creator, London the Bridge Knighton, and I have new music out. Yes. Go now to wherever you stream and listen to your music and search London Knighton, LUNDONKNIGHTEN. You'll love my new take on classic gems, The Closer I Get to You, as well as get into the sexy holiday spirit with my version of All I Want for Christmas. Your girl just booked the movie too, so catch me Saturdays giving hot juicy tea on the Connect Network TV on the CW.
Say goodbye to signs of aging and inflammation caused by an imbalance in the trillions of microbes on your skin's microbiome surface. The Dermabiome Collection by Green Beauty is a groundbreaking blend of science and nature designed to restore your skin's delicate ecosystem and soothe skin irritation, offering a one-of-a-kind solution not found elsewhere on the market. Green Beauty, changing lives, one face at a time.
Welcome back to Connect Network TV on the CW, and what an inspiring show we have had so far. But you know we cannot let you leave without giving you some entertainment news from our very own London Nighting. Welcome, London.
Hello, lovely ladies. Y'all looking lovely per usual. Okay. Aquania got those lips popping. I see you, girl. Ladies, you know I'm back with the tea, and unfortunately, I have some sad news, okay? As previously reported, and after watching the debut of Where's Wendy Williams documentary, as we all have, it got me wondering about conservatorships and doing a little bit of digging, right? A lot of names, faces, and just information was left. We were in the dark until now. So let me put you guys abreast. As previously reported, Wendy has liquor, alcohol-induced dementia, as well as aphasia, which both are illnesses. She has been seen with bottles of alcohol, and you know she has handlers, and it's just, let me break it all down, okay? Before being granted guardianship, Wendy Williams was under the care of her son, Kevin Hunter Jr., okay? Now, it was allegedly reported that her ex-husband, Kevin, stole money from her, which froze her Wells Fargo accounts. Well, get this, guys. Her then business accountant, her over her finances, petitioned a New York court to have Wendy under a temporary financial guardianship, okay? Ironically, because there was fear that she would be taken advantage of because of her decline in her cognitive functioning, right? She had to report to the Wendy Williams show, even if she wasn't well. Now, her guardian
was nameless at first, but she has been revealed as New York attorney Sabrina Morrissey. And her name was revealed after filing a lawsuit against A&E. And now we know that it was more so because they weren't being portrayed in a good light. And it actually aired in round with what the family, Kevin, Wendy's nieces, her sister, were all saying that, they were being left in the dark. Hashtag literally, where's Wendy Williams? The only person who has direct contact and access to her is this guardian, guys. And guess what? The attorney, the judge, actually, who granted this random guardianship is being investigated themselves, okay? Judge Lisa Sokoloff revoked Wendy's son's power of attorney and appointed Sabrina Morrissey, and is being investigated for awarding guardianships to people donating to her Supreme Court election fund. Wendy stated she feels as if her appointed staff have been stealing money from her. She says she has no funds. There have been scenes with no food in her refrigerator, bottles of liquor. She's in a alcohol-induced dementia, state of dementia. No one knows where she is, yet the people picked to control her life, her finances, and every ounce of her identity have been appointed by a judge because they have donated money to that said judge's election fund. And it has to be investigated. But I'm going to move on because, there's so much more coming out. But actually, before we move on, what do you guys think of this? Have you guys even heard of these attorneys? Now they're coming out to light.
How sad that the people closest to you or those that you hire to look after your finances are the ones taking the money from you. I mean,
I think it's really, honestly, it's heartbreaking. And I'll say this, it's like, I hope that this love of money is not turning everybody just so greedy. Like, you would think at some point you have people around you that genuinely care for you. And genuinely, this is why you cannot have a bunch of yes people around you. You need that ride or die, friend from the beginning, family member from the beginning. That's like, no, like, I'm about to take care of all this. And it's just, whether you like Wendy Williams or not, you just don't wish this on anybody. It just is what it is. So I just think it's heartbreaking. I hope somebody comes to their senses and helps her, like, seriously.
Moving on, ladies. I recently was at the Carlisle Room celebrating with OCTFME, the mayor's division of the Office of Cable Television, Film, Music, and Entertainment. As we know, she just recently debuted her $400 million plan to revitalize downtown DC with or without our beloved teams in play. And if you haven't heard as of yet, they're also reconsidering having RFK Stadium as a possible rehome of our Washington Commanders. Okay, there's a lot. Yes. So cheers to that. There's a lot going on. She's planning to make green spaces in downtown, revitalize some abandoned warehouses, make them new dwelling places, and just pump finances and resources continually into the city, despite if the team decides to leave or not. And that's all I have for you ladies today. Again, where's Wendy Williams? This is more to it. So
London, thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you to Connie Eileen for sharing your inspirational story, and thank you to all of you out there watching. Not ready for the show to end? It is okay. You guys can head over to theconnectnetworktv.com to see our past episodes. Have a great week.
You're watching the Connect Network TV on the CW.